So I generally wash fleeces by pounds at a time. I'm set up to do them quickly and efficiently because I tend to buy fleeces like 35 pounds at a time, so I have a lot of work to do. So I thought that I would show how you can do it in your home with a sink, towel, and some dish soap. Quick and easy. I have here some BFL from Ducillier Sheep Farm. I'm going to reset the camera and we're going to do it in the sink, and I'll show you how you can do it quick and easy with no investment in any tools. So let's get started. You'll need a couple of things: a sink, some dish soap. I have Dawn. That's usually the recommended one. Something to keep your brain occupied. I listen to King Falls AM. Shameless plug for the best podcast ever made. I'm not going to turn it on right now because I'm talking to you and it would be rude, but know that when I'm working by myself, King Falls AM is on. All right, so I've already heated up my water, so I'm going to get this filling. Get the sink filling. Now, I have my hot water tank is adjustable. Normally, if I'm washing fleece, I turn it up to 140 degrees. But since I'm just doing a quick wash, what I did was boil some water in my kettle. So I'll add that to the sink. And then I will put on another kettle to boil. This is my fancy teapot. When I bought this house, I knew that I wanted to have an on-the-stove teapot. Don't ask me why, but that just was what my house needed. So I'm going to put this on the stove to get more in. Let's test the water temperature. Oh yeah, that's plenty hot. So we'll let that keep filling up. And we're going to pull out some fleece here. Oh yes, that is unwashed sheep. I love the smell, but lots of people don't. So you can see, here is our dirty fleece. This is a BFL. And I know there's a lot of veggie matter in here. But for now, I'm just worrying about washing it. So 1 kettle of hot water is enough to bring 120 degree water up the temperature in a small sink like this. All right. So that's probably enough for starts. So, how much soap do we add? That was rude. You don't want suds, so make sure it's very hot. That you don't slosh it around too much. But you want, when you dip your hand in the water and pull it out, you rub your fingers together, it should feel soapy. So the water should actually feel slick. And that's when you know you have enough. Apparently I need to get some more dish soap. I have more in the basement. No worries. I'll go down and get it while this is soaking, but let's get this first bath on. Oh, it is hot. Try not to burn your fingers when you do this. All right, so I'm gonna pull out some fleece and just plop it in the sink. You don't want to agitate it. You just want to press it down. If you agitate it, the combination of heat, soap, and agitation is going to felt your fleece. So that's, so hot. All right, we're gonna add just a little bit more. You wanna have room for the water to move around the fleece, so you don't want it densely packed. So there we go. It's hard to show you how this feels, but you can tell by feel when it's over full. So we're just gonna spread this out a bit. All right, get it all underwater. And now we're gonna let that soak for 15 minutes. You can see how the water is already coming up black, 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 black. The soap is there to keep that from resettling on the fleece. The trick is to let it soak long enough to lift off the lanolin, but not too long for the water to cool and the lanolin to resettle. I don't know if you can see this, but you can tell from the heat of the water, it's like red, red, red. You can use like a wooden spoon or something if you find the water too hot on your hands. So we're gonna let that soak. I'm gonna run downstairs and get my other bottle of Dawn, so we'll be ready in 15 minutes to do our next step. Okay, 15 minutes are up, so I'm gonna move my fleece aside. Yeah. Put the plug. Flip it over so my fleece don't go down the drain. Give it a squeeze. Oh, the smell is just, it's intense, folks. It's intense. I'm gonna give this squeeze. Get all that icky water out. Oh, can you see that going down the drain? Look at all that scuzz that's coming out of there. Ew. Ew. All right, so get the hot water going again. Wow, that's amazing. Now I can feel how much soap is in this. So I'm not going to need as much soap in my second bath as I used in the first, because there's still a lot of soap in the fleece. Wow. Okay. All right. So put the plug back in. Okay, so we got hot water going, and we'll grab our teapot, add our boiled water. You just want to make sure you're not letting the water flow on top of the fleece, because that can felt it. And then we will refill our kettle for the next bath. You want to keep all your temperatures as hot as possible at this point, so as hot as you can stand. Alright, we got the kettle started. Keep adding water. We're going to give it a little bit of Dawn. It's hot. So we'll add some Dawn, we'll put it on to soak for the next 15 minutes, and we'll be back after that's done. Okay, so we got hot water going, and we'll grab our teapot, add our boiled water. You just want to make sure you're not letting the water flow on top of the fleece, because that can felt it. And then we will refill our kettle for the next bath. You want to keep all your temperatures as hot as possible at this point, so as hot as you can stand. Alright, we got the kettle started. Keep adding water. We're going to give it a little bit of Dawn. It's hot. So we'll add some Dawn, we'll put it on to soak for the next 15 minutes, and we'll be back after that's done. Alright, so our second 15-minute soak is up. So this is the only essential piece of equipment in my books. This is just like a cheap little dollar store salad spinner, and I'll show you why I love this. So we're going to pull our fleece to the side, pull the plug to let it drain. Now, we've soaked it, it's somewhat clean, but you can see that the dirty water is still saturating the fleece. So we'll have to rinse out the dirt and the suspended lanolin to make it easier. what I do is I'll take a chunk of fleece, chuck it in the salad spinner so we can spin out all that gross dirty water. So you can see it's much cleaner. We got all that gross scuzzy stuff out of there. So we'll move that away. We're still going to have to rinse it to get the soap out, but you can see the difference in the color just from running it through the salad spinner. So we'll throw another chunk in the salad spinner. Now, if your fleece is off balance, it's not going to spin as smoothly, and we want to get it to go as fast as we can. So just redistribute the fleece until you get a fairly balanced spin. Now, because it's designed for lettuce, which weighs nothing, I don't suggest you buy an expensive salad spinner to do this with, like a dollar store one will do, because you're going to break it. And, you know, you're doing fleece in it, so it doesn't need to be fancy, it just needs to work. See, look how dirty the water is that comes out of it. That's all that crud that you don't have to now try to rinse out of it because you've spun it out. Just be careful you're not, you know, agitating your fleece. Oh. Now, spinning your fleece is not going to harm it because it's not being agitated. It's just, what is it, centrifugal force or some kind of force that's just pushing it out and taking the water out of it. It's not actually agitating your fleece. So you don't need to worry about felting. Okay, I'm going to do this in a little smaller batch. It's a little too heavy for it. So we'll pull this in half. Just be gentle when you're pulling your fleece apart. You don't want to tear it, so be gentle. Now, this may seem like it's a kind of time-consuming step, but I find that in the long run, it makes for a cleaner, nicer fleece. You can get away with less rinses. It's worth the time in my books. There, giving it all a quick spin through the salad spinner. Hear that? That's the soap in the fleece. So now we want to rinse and get that all out. So again, plug in the sink, move your fleece to the side. Now we want to start bringing the temperature down a bit. We don't need to do it at full hot now that we've released the lanolin and it's suspended by the soap. So we're only going to use half a kettle this time. And again, don't let the water splash on your fleece because that will cause felting. But you can see it's starting to clean up rather nice. Now this one has, this section of the fleece does have a lot of debris in it. It was either like belly or back wool. So it's going to take some cleaning to get all that veggie matter out. But I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me in the least. Alright, so this is just clear water now, no soap. We're just rinsing out the last of the lanolin and the last of the dirt. It's not near as hot this time. All right. So again, we're going to push it down. And you can see why we have to rinse. Even after we ran it through the salad spinner, the water is still coming up pretty dark. And that's all the dirt and lanolin that's been suspended by the soap. So we want to get that out. But we want to make sure our fleece is fully saturated. So push it down. Let it soak. This I usually only let it soak 5 minutes or so. And then I'll do another rinse. And then if it's still coming out black, we'll do another rinse. Then I'm going to throw it through the salad spinner again before putting it out to dry. So I'll be back when we're done the final rinse. All right, so the final rinse is ready to go. We'll shut off the podcast and we'll go back to work. So you can see the water is mostly just cloudy right now. This is rinse number 3. Now, if I was going to retail it as is, I would probably give it another rinse. But because I'm just going to use it myself, I'm going to like wash it, dye it, spin it, whatever. It will get washed again when I dye it or spin it or whatever. So the last of it will be taken out. So we're going to take our little salad spinner, toss our fiber in there, spin it, get the last of that water out of there. And here's the other reason why this piece of equipment is vital. So with this fleece now, I'm going to lay it out on towels. And I'll be able to start combing that within an hour. It'll be dry enough to start combing. I like it to be a little damp because then the static doesn't build up. So I'm going to finish taking care of this fleece in here, spinning out all the water and getting it out to dry, and then I'll be back to show you the results. All right, so here we are. Fleece is all washed up. Just in case you forgot, here's the before. And here is the after. Now there's still a lot of veggie matter in here because this is a part that most people would skirt off their fleeces, but I'm ridiculous and I'm going to save this by using my no fleece left behind method to get all that gookies out of there and have this beautiful, beautiful long staple fiber for spinning. So in about an hour or two, depending on how smoothly I can get it spread out, I'll be starting to clear out the debris. Maybe I'll shoot a video of that too. We'll see. But in the meantime, don't be afraid to try washing fleece in your sink. You don't need to get all the fancy cleaners and everything. You can do it with what you have on hand. Just try it.